All right, another story in Genesis. I'm going to talk about Jacob and Esau. You guys know Jacob and Esau? So Jacob and Esau are the children of Isaac and Rebekah. Last week we learned about how Isaac and Rebekah met. And Jacob and Esau were twins. Who knows what twins are? You know what twins are? So twins are two children, same seed and egg, but it splits and it makes two people instead of one person. So they have the same genetics, same DNA, right?
Identical twins.
Identical twins.
The same, and sometimes even have the same DNA in their saliva.
Oh, well, there you go. You must have learned that from somewhere. Thank you, Simon. So you have Jacob and Esau. These were twins. Now, when they were inside their mummy's belly, God said to Rebekah, who is the mummy, he said there's going to be an older and a younger. And he said the younger one, when they grow up, is going to rule over the older one. So that was a prophecy that God told Rebekah. So Rebekah knew, in my womb, there's two babies, two twins, and there's going to be an older and a younger, but the younger is going to rule over the elder. So she's like, she kept that in her mind. Well, later on, when they got older, Esau was like a hunter in the field. He goes out hunting, like with his bow. You'll see his bow later. Like Simon really likes bows. He goes out hunting, comes back. He's really hungry. And what is Jacob doing? Jacob is cooking some dinner. He's cooking some soup. And Esau's so silly. What does he do? He's so hungry. He asks for some of the soup. And Jacob's saying, what are you going to give me to give you some soup? Jacob says, I want to buy your birthright. Because your birthright for being the oldest son, he gets the more inheritance from his parents. So Jacob says to Esau, if you give me your birthright, I'll give you some of this soup. And Esau, being so silly, what does he do? He sells his birthright to his brother for just a bowl of soup. How silly is that? That's how much he didn't realize the value that he had. So they had made that transaction, and then I've got some pictures for you for the next part of the story. Because when Isaac was getting older, vision was fading. Couldn't see as well. He's getting blind. Okay, he can't tell what's in front of him. Abel, don't pick your nose. Sit there, please. And he tells Esau, I want you to go out into the field, hunt some venison for me, some deer, and I want to make me venison, prepare the venison how I like to eat it. And then when you come back and do that, I can bless you. Now, was Esau meant to get the blessing? No, because remember he had sold it to Jacob. So he went out to the field, you see his bow and arrow there, to go hunt for the venison. Now this is Rebekah in the picture, and here is Jacob. Now if you remember Rebekah, she was told by God when the babies were in her womb, the younger is meant to get the blessing. So she thought, but Isaac is going to bless Esau, but Jacob's meant to get the blessing. And also Jacob had bought the birthright from Esau for the bowl of soup. So these two got together and they created a plan and said, you know what? Your dad has just told me that he sent Esau out into the field to look for venison. When he comes back, he's going to prepare the venison for him, and then Isaac's going to bless him. So she says, you know what you're going to do? I'm going to go and prepare the venison. Simon, put your hand down. Just listen to the story. I'm going to go prepare the venison, and then you're going to bring it into your dad, and we're going to make you look like Esau, so we trick him, and you get the blessing instead. Look at here in Genesis 27, verse 11. So we learn a little bit about Jacob and Esau, the difference between them. And Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. So you see how Esau goes out into the field, he comes back for the venison. Jacob has to try and trick Isaac. So what do Jacob and Rebekah plan to do? They're going to put hair on Esau's arms and his shoulders, like this. Look up here, kids. Hair over him, to pretend to be like the hairy Esau. So that when Isaac touches him, who does he think it's going to be? Isaac thinks it's going to be Esau instead. You see? So what happens? This is the venison that Rebekah has prepared, not the one that Esau has prepared, but now he's come in with the hair to try and disguise himself as Esau. So when he goes to Isaac, you see how Isaac, he can't see. He says, "Come near, my son." He says, "Is it Esau?" He feels it. He feels the hair. Smells him. Oh, he smells like Esau. Eats the venison that he prepared for him. And then without knowing, Isaac blesses Jacob instead of Esau. And that's how Jacob got the blessing. Not only was it prophesied in the womb, he bought the birthright, but in order for it to happen, Rebekah tricked Isaac into giving Jacob the blessing. Now, after that happened, guess who came back? What do you think? Esau. Now Esau came back. And he came in saying, "Here, Dad, here's the venison that I brought for you, that you can bless me." And then Isaac said, "Who was the one that I just blessed? The one that took your birthright?" And Esau said, "That was Jacob. He tricked you." And then he asked his father, "Is there a blessing yet for me?" Genesis 27:30, look what it says here. "And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father," that's like Jacob just left, "that Esau his brother came in from his hunting." But there wasn't a blessing left for Esau, was there? And he was very sad about that. So that's the story of, there's a lot more to it, but we won't go into it today. But this is the story of how Jacob and Rebekah tricked Isaac into blessing Jacob instead of Esau. And that's what we're going to do today in terms of our craft. Because we have a blessing, don't we? Our blessing, our birthright as believers is that we have eternal life. And we don't want to despise our birthright like Esau did. So today we have a craft. Let me show you. Right, let's go sit down. Let me show you first and then we'll go to the back. So I have two men here. We have our two twins. So we can decorate Jacob and Esau. Now who is the hairy one? Was it Jacob or Esau?
Esau.
Esau was the hairy one. So we've got some nice hairy hair we can cut up and we can put on his arms and his legs. Okay, all right, let's go to the back and we'll go decorate it together.